Enter the mind of a prodigious intellect, driven by ambition and an insatiable thirst for power. In this captivating exploration, we delve deep into the psychology of Light Yagami, uncover the intricacies of a high achiever's mind as we unravel the layers of his complex personality, moral dilemmas, and the psychological forces that shape his descent into darkness. Get ready to unravel the secrets behind the mind of Light Yagami in this thought-provoking analysis of one of anime's most fascinating characters. Welcome to Quiet Chronicles, where we delve deep into the intricate psychology of fascinating characters. Today, we embark on an exploration of the enigmatic mind of Light Yagami, the iconic protagonist from the anime series Death Note. Join us as we uncover the layers of his complex personality, his pursuit of justice, and the darker shades of his psyche. Get ready to understand the psychology of Light Yagami, a high achiever driven by ambition and a thirst for power. Light Yagami, a prodigious intellect and top student, serves as the central character of the captivating anime series Death Note. His exceptional intelligence, sharp analytical skills, and strong moral compass make him a standout figure among his peers. However, beneath his outwardly virtuous facade lies a mind teeming with potential and hidden darkness, setting the stage for a character study that will leave us questioning the limits of human nature. Light's personality embodies a compelling duality that forms the foundation of his character. On one side, we witness his unwavering sense of justice and his deep-rooted belief in creating a safer world. This righteous aspect of his personality compels him to take action against criminals, to become a force for change in society. However, on the other side, we see a gradual descent into moral ambiguity as his desire for power and control intensifies. The very principles he fights for become compromised as he becomes entangled in a web of manipulation and corruption, blurring the line between hero and villain. Light's encounter with the Death Note, a supernatural notebook that grants him the power to kill anyone whose name is written in it, sparks a dangerous transformation within him. The possession of such godlike power fuels Light's God complex, an overwhelming belief in his own infallibility and superiority. As he assumes the role of judge, jury, and executioner, he becomes intoxicated by the notion of playing God, seeing himself as the ultimate arbiter of justice. This shift in mindset sets the stage for a power struggle within Light's psyche as he grapples with the implications of wielding such immense power. As Light delves deeper into his quest for justice, he becomes adept at justifying his actions. He convinces himself that eliminating criminals is a necessary sacrifice for the greater good, that the ends justify the means. This cognitive dissonance allows him to distance himself from the moral implications of his choices, creating a psychological defense mechanism that shields him from guilt and remorse. By rationalizing his actions as a necessary evil, Light maintains the facade of a righteous avenger while descending further into darkness. Light's initial mission to rid the world of criminals takes a sinister turn as he starts eliminating not only those who deserve punishment, but also those who oppose or hinder his progress. The line between justice and megalomania blurs as he succumbs to the allure of power. His once noble intentions become twisted, and he employs increasingly ruthless methods to achieve his goals. The darkness within him grows, fueled by his insatiable hunger for control and the intoxicating feeling of being untouchable. The weight of Light's actions takes a toll on his psyche, and the psychological consequences of his choices become increasingly apparent. The burden of carrying the power to decide life and death, coupled with the constant deception and manipulation, burdens his conscience. Light's internal struggle intensifies as he battles his own demons, facing the consequences of his choices and wrestling with the morality of his path. The once clear distinction between right and wrong becomes blurred, and the psychological toll of his actions weighs heavily upon him. Power proves to be a seductive force in Light's life, tempting him with its promises of control and influence. As he gains more control over life and death, he becomes intoxicated by the thrill and satisfaction it brings. The desire to maintain and expand his dominion over life becomes an obsession that consumes him. The boundaries of morality and ethics begin to fade as Light succumbs to the allure of power. He becomes entangled in a web of manipulation, using his intelligence and cunning to bend others to his will. The seductive nature of power blinds him to the consequences of his actions, leading him further down a dark and treacherous path. One of the most captivating aspects of Light's character is his ongoing battle of wits with the brilliant detective known as L. This psychological duel showcases the extent of Light's intellect and strategic thinking. With each move and countermove, Light's mind is pushed to its limits as he constantly strategizes and maneuvers to outwit his adversary. The intensity of their rivalry not only highlights the depths of Light's cunning and manipulative prowess, but also raises questions about the lengths one is willing to go in the pursuit of their goals. Light's relentless pursuit of his own version of justice leads to the erosion of his empathy and compassion. He becomes increasingly detached from the human lives he extinguishes, viewing them merely as pawns in his grand plan. This emotional detachment allows him to justify his actions, further distancing himself from the values he once held dear. As Light becomes consumed by his pursuit of power, he loses sight of the very essence of his humanity, plunging deeper into a dark abyss. The pursuit of power comes at a price: loneliness. As Light isolates himself from others, his relationships become transactional, serving only as means to achieve his goals. The weight of his secrets and the burden of his actions isolate him from genuine connections, leaving him trapped in a self-imposed solitude. The more power Light attains, the more alone he becomes, unable to share the truth of his actions with anyone. This loneliness becomes a haunting reminder of the sacrifices he has made and the price he pays for his insatiable ambition. Light's identity becomes increasingly fragile as he dons various masks to conceal his true self. He operates under multiple aliases, adopting different personas to manipulate those around him. This constant shifting of identity blurs the line between Light Yagami and the godlike figure he wishes to become. The question of who he truly is deep down becomes a puzzle both for the audience and for Light himself. The fragility of his identity is a reflection of the internal conflict raging within him, as he struggles to reconcile his ambition with his true nature. Light's tragic flaw lies in his hubris, the excessive pride and overconfidence that ultimately lead to his downfall. His belief in his own superiority blinds him to the risks and consequences of his actions. Light's unwavering confidence in his ability to outsmart others becomes his Achilles heel, making him vulnerable to the very forces he underestimates. His relentless pursuit of power and the desire to control everything around him becomes his ultimate undoing, serving as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked hubris. Light's ambition comes at a great cost. The pursuit of his version of justice leaves a trail of destruction in its wake. The lives lost, the relationships shattered, and the morale compromises may all become part of the price he pays for his insatiable ambition. As he climbs the ladder of power, the sacrifices he makes and the collateral damage inflicted become impossible to ignore. The question arises of whether the end justifies the means and if the pursuit of one's ambitions is worth the steep price it exacts. Light's journey into darkness leads to a profound sense of psychological isolation. The weight of his secrets and the burden of his actions weigh heavily on his conscience, leaving him with no one to confide in or share his true thoughts and feelings. The walls he builds around himself become a prison, trapping him in a world of deception and lies. This isolation amplifies his internal turmoil and intensifies the psychological battle raging within him. At the core of Light's psychology is an intense desire for control. From an early age, he has been driven by the need to shape the world according to his vision of justice. However, as he gains power and becomes consumed by his pursuit, this desire for control transforms into an insatiable hunger for dominance. The need to control others and orchestrate events according to his will becomes a defining characteristic of his psychological makeup. Light's moral compass gradually erodes as he descends further into the depths of his ambition. The lines between right and wrong blur, and the once clear distinction between hero and villain becomes muddled. The ends justify the means mentality becomes deeply ingrained in his psyche, causing him to lose sight of the ethical boundaries he once upheld. The moral erosion he experiences is a chilling reminder of the human capacity for corruption and the dangers of unchecked power. Light's motivations are complex, rooted in a combination of altruism, self-interest, and a thirst for validation. While his initial desire to rid the world of criminals stems from a genuine belief in justice, his journey takes a darker turn as his ambitions grow. The allure of power and the validation he seeks from being hailed as a godlike figure become driving forces behind his actions. Unraveling the layers of Light's motivations provides a deep insight into the intricate workings of the human psyche. Light's choices have far-reaching consequences that extend beyond his own life. The ripples of his actions affect the lives of those around him, shaping the course of the story and leaving a lasting impact on the world he inhabits. The examination of the consequences of choice invites reflection on the weight of responsibility and the significance of the decisions we make in our own lives. Light Yagami serves as a reflection of the societal issues and moral dilemmas that permeate our world. His character raises questions about the nature of justice, the limits of power, and the fine line between righteousness and tyranny. By exploring Light's psychology, we gain a deeper understanding of the complexities of human nature and the potential for both greatness and darkness within us all. As we conclude our journey into the psychology of Light Yagami, we are left with a profound sense of the depths to which the human mind can descend. Light's character serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder of the dangers of unchecked ambition and the potential consequences of sacrificing our moral compass in the pursuit of our desires. Through his story, we are challenged to examine our own values and the choices we make, and to question the ethical boundaries that govern our actions. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening exploration of the psychology of Light Yagami. We hope this in-depth analysis has shed light on the complex layers of his character and the psychological themes that resonate throughout the story of Death Note. Light Yagami's journey serves as a compelling study of the human psyche, delving into the intricacies of power, morality, identity, and the consequences of our choices. As we reflect on Light's transformation from a brilliant student to a manipulative mastermind, we are reminded of the fragility of the human mind and the potential for darkness that exists within us all. The exploration of his dual nature, the erosion of empathy, and the seduction of power prompts us to question our own capacity for good and evil. Through the lens of Light Yagami's psychology, we also gain insight into broader societal themes. His story unveils the flaws within systems of justice and the ethical dilemmas inherent in the pursuit of a utopian world. It challenges us to examine our own beliefs, the power dynamics at play in society, and the consequences of our collective actions. In the end, Light's tragic downfall serves as a cautionary tale, urging us to critically examine our ambitions, the lengths we are willing to go to achieve them, and the impact they have on ourselves and others. Thank you for joining us on this thought-provoking journey through the psychology of Light Yagami, and may it inspire further introspection and contemplation of the complexities of the human mind and the forces that shape our world. Do not forget to leave a like and subscribe with the bell on so you do not miss out on any future videos. Till next one, stay tuned and goodbye.